Yes, hello and welcome to another DVD review. This time we have a pretty well-known horror movie, Silent Hill. Like always, I'm going to do a little DVD review and then I'm going into the movie. The DVD is actually pretty old. I don't know if you actually can get this cover still. It's from Concord. Yeah, but I really like this cover. It's just dumb that this FSK 16 thing, you can't get this. It's printed on, you can't get this off, sadly. But yeah, here's from the back and from the inside some other little movies and of course the DVD. And yeah, Silent Hill was released in 2006, so it's actually pretty old and has a runtime of 2 hours. It was directed by Christoph Gans, and it has this DVD sadly has no bonus material. It's also FSK 16 and it's a video game adaptation. I never played the game, so I don't know much about that, but yeah. Spoiler alert now for the movie. Silent Hill opens with parents named Rose and Christopher, who are searching for their kid, Sharon. Rose finds her screaming Silent Hill, and it turns out afterwards that Silent Hill is a ghost town in America. So Rose decides to go there with Sharon because she hopes that her nightmares will then finally stop. On the way there, they get to the gas station where they meet a policewoman. She also follows them to Silent Hill. Rose then has a car accident, and when she wakes up, Sharon is gone. She arrives at Silent Hill, and she sees that it rains ashes. Rose sees her and runs after her to a building, and that's the first time we hear the siren, the famous siren. Then some creatures, which are actually babies, attack her, but she gets saved by that the siren stopped, or that the darkness stopped. She then goes back to the bridge, but it turns out it's destroyed, and another woman appears, but a real woman, not a ghost woman. And Rose goes back to her car, where the policewoman arrives from earlier, who wants to arrest her. But a creature appears with no arms and face, and Rose manages to escape. Christopher also goes looking for them and arrives at Silent Hill, and the police is already there. They found the car, but no one is in there. Rose run away to a school where some weird-looking people appear, like real people. But she managed to hide from them. Christopher and one of the cops also go inside Silent Hill, but it looks completely different. It has no ashes, and it's also way lighter. Rose sees Sharon again at the toilet, but these people appear again, but she runs away. And the people run away because the siren actually starts again. Then there's also another creature who appears, who was really, really disgusting, but was really well done. She then falls down, and that's the first time the pyramid hair. That's the first time where the pyramid. That's the first time where the pyramid head appears. And turns out that Christopher is at the same place as Sharon, but they don't see each other. But Chris did feel a presence. The policewoman saves Rose from bugs, and everything transforms back to normal. They then meet a young woman called Anna, also a real woman, who lives there. And Christopher breaks into a building to get Silent Hill, to get police files. And it turns out that the elders from this city were witch hunters. Rose sees the girl again, and it turns out that she looks exactly like Sharon, but it was all just a dream, and she's also named Alessa. They run to the church as the siren starts again, because the church protects them. But the pyramid head appears, and he straight up whips Anna's skin, all of Anna's skin off her, which was really disturbing when I first watched this movie. The leader of the church is called Christabella. They then go out and showed the way to the demon who apparently got Sharon, but the policewoman gets captured by the church people, and Rose meets like these nurse demons, which is a really good scene, and she also finds out she finds Alessa, and she finds out the backstory of her. Turns out she's the daughter of the woman from earlier, and she was bullied because she was not pure. So the church wanted to make her pure, and in doing that, they straight up burnt her alive, which was really disturbing. But Alessa somehow survives, and her hate grew from day to day until she finally became all darkness. Or not all darkness, because Sharon is the good part of Alessa, or the good part what is left of her. And the other girl, which Rose kept seeing, is the dark part of her. And also this girl goes inside Rose. The church people then find Sharon, and they also burn the policewoman alive, which was also really disturbing. Rose then gets stabbed by Christabella, but her blood turns the church into the darkness from inside because Alessa is inside of her. And Alessa or Rose or both, or whatever you want to call her, kill all of them in a really brutal way. Alessa's mother is also the only survivor. And then we come into the ending where Rose and Sharon drive back home, and Christopher is also alone at home, and it turns out that they are forever stuck in the darkness, which is a really sad and depressing ending. And yeah, I think that was all I had to say about the movie. Sean Bean, of course, plays the father in this movie. I mean, he's a pretty well-known actor. He was good. And Loie from The Walking Dead plays the policewoman. She was also really good. And yeah, the rest was also good. The story itself is really genius. I don't like, it's really original. I know it's adapted from the video game, but it's still like the kind of the same story, you know. So the story is really, really good. And the soundtrack is one of the best horror movie soundtracks of all time. The makeup is also really good, and the CGI is also good considering this movie came out in 2006. And yeah, one more thing which I wanted to say was that Silent Hill was one of the first horror movies I've watched in my life, and I watched it as a kid, like really as a kid. And it scared the hell out of me. Like, I got nightmares for days afterwards because of the burning scene, because they made this really, really realistic. And that's also the reason why Silent Hill actually still scares me to this day. Even though now it's obviously no problem for me to watch the movie, but it still gives me a weird feeling because of my childhood. But yeah, with all this being said, this movie is really good. Really, really good. It could have been better with some things. I think it was maybe a little bit too long. But it's a really good movie, and I definitely recommend it to everyone who likes horror movies. Like, Silent Hill is definitely a must-see. And yeah, I'm giving this movie an 8 out of 10. Really good. And yeah, that was it for Silent Hill. I hope you enjoyed, and I also hope I see you in the next one, which is the sequel to this one. And yeah, see you then.